Hey guys, how you guys all doing? I watched the Batman film. I'd like to give my analysis of it. I seen the film very much to do with the Jewish religion, and if I can explain it, uh, I believe that Batman he is a symbology of Moses. If you look at the end scene where there's a great flood, where the Riddler is a spoiler alert by the way, where the Riddler destroys half the city and the place floods up. This to me looked like the Red Sea. And then, if you look at Moses, he leads the Jewish people from Egypt to the Promised Land, which is Israel. So he jumps, so he's in the particular top of the bridge, he's safe from the water, then he jumps in and he reaches out, hand out for the mayor. And then the people start following him because he's leading him away to the Promised Land. So I believe that it's very to do with the book of Exodus, and these are very Jewish elements in the Hollywood itself, and they do that with a lot of films because they always want to promote Israel in pretty much any major Hollywood film. Same with Spider-Man, and same with anything Marvel. Once again, it's owned by big Jewish corporations, from Sony to Marvel to DC Comics to everything. It's the industry, and Stan Lee also is of Jewish descent, and I wouldn't be surprised with all the actors and producers and directors of the DC Comics and Marvel itself. I found the film very dark themed. I found it very gothic, and I've seen very much ancient Egypt once again comes in the word. I believe the full film's to do with ancient Egypt. If you look at Batman, who he is, he's representing the sun god Horus, the bat. Um, he's half man, half bird, just like Horus. He's half falcon. If you look at the Horus in the hieroglyphics, he's got a half falcon and half man. Catwoman, the Sphinx. Yeah, she's a cat. In Egypt, they have tons of cats all over the symbols of ancient Egypt, the pharaohs and everything. And then you look at the graveyard cemetery scenes in Batman film, where they got obelisks everywhere, and it's all very much to do with ancient Egypt. And if you look at Freemasonry, it's very to do with Egyptian mythologies, and it's very much to do with the pharaohs, because the Freemasons are the pharaohs of today, and the Illuminati, the Eye of Horus, the all-seeing eye, and all of these things. It's very much to do with Masonic symbolism, Illuminati, and things like that. And also, if you look at what else I like to put out there, that even the Saber is very, like the dark fear of Batman. It's more to do with the fear of the devil. I believe Batman in some way is the devil, and I believe that it's a false idol which people are worshipping, and they are falling for the devil for help. So the devil is there to come and to protect the city, Gotham City. So Batman, he's pretty much quite a few things. One, they use him as a way that he's leading the people to the Promised Land. He's a savior, and at the same time, he is the devil. And deep down, going back, to do with Horus, half man, half falcon, and very much Egyptian themed. So It's all to do with devil worshipping, guys. So this is what they do. They turn um, bad into good and good into bad. They twist it, reverse it, and they confuse you guys. Not everybody can pick up these things, you see, because they're too busy, duped, mind controlled, can't question what they see. And this is how they do it. Even Superman, even that is a very Jewish themed, where Superman, he came from like a family where they he had no family, and then he was raised um he was raised by a new family, and he was taken in just like Prophet Moses was, and he came in a casket, and and then you look at Superman itself, and Prophet Moses, very similar stories. Pretty much all of these, they repeat it again and again, and is very much Israeli benefiting Israel. I think why they do this, I think that to these sharp eyes and to those who understand about Hollywood itself, that they want to promote heavily Israel, and they want to tell the stories in Hollywood that these are the God's chosen people. So even though many people don't believe in God, or they don't believe in religion or whatever, but let me tell you guys, religion is very active in your Hollywood films. You might not believe it, or the stories of Moses, or the story of God, or the Exodus, the Bible, the Torah, the Quran. You might not believe it, but it's very much active in Hollywood. Very much active. It's in Marvel, it's in DC, it's in everything, and they want to condition you in a way to tell you to support Israel, and they're very proud of it, and they want you to support Israel, and that's what America does with their cinema films. It's to show love for Israel and not for Palestine. This is what it's about. Alright guys, I hope you guys were intrigued. Let us know if you like this kind of video and you want to learn more about things like this. I'll try to make one occasionally time to time. Thank you guys, all the best.